Howdy folks, Grok the DuckFarmer here. I'm playing Factory in the Sky 4 on the FTOG server, standing here on the ship that I made in the last episode, and that was a blast. And I enjoy the challenge of finding a little tiny thumbnail of something and go, ooh, I like how that was built. Can I build that? And in this case, yeah, the answer is yes, I could, and it worked out well. Anyway, I want to head back to my base because I wanted to do a little something with one of the mods, and I had this hyperbox back at my base in the overworld, and I hadn't realized that I could pick them up and move them, and that I could have them named and have different type of boxes. I had no idea. I watched Fractured Flask do that, and if you should check out his video, I'll have a link for that. But anyway, I'm going to go into here because I did a few things here with Industrial Foregoing. It pretty much ignored the mod up to this point, and it's a shame because there's some really good tools on it. Now I've got a bunch of different things here. First thing I did, and it should always be done, is make the manual. Always read the manual, and then the pity machine frame. Some of the smallest things, just logs, iron, a little bit of redstone. And first thing I crafted was the fluid extractor, which is this one here. Pretty cheap to make. But you put some sort of log in front of it, and if you supply it power, it'll go faster, but you don't have to, especially if it's early game and you don't have that. It will extract latex out of the log. And if we take a look at, oh, I actually don't have latex here. Let's click on this, click on, no, let's go back to here. This, let's just look up latex. Latex. There we go. This is what I was looking for. This latex, it actually gives some information. A lot of the woods that you use will just give you 2 millibuckets worth every process, but triple that if it's powered. But acacia and the mangrove, they're giving 4, which is way better. I think there's, okay, yeah, this one here, which is this? Oh, when it's stripped. And cherry, and some of them give 1, which is not very much at all. Cherry is not bad at 3, and I was the other dark oak. Yeah, dark oak is quite often early game easy access, and so I often go with that. If I can get my hand on acacia or mangrove, then definitely, it's more, and you can get more when it's powered. So that's what's going on right now. It's powered and it's running through the process, and every cycle that it's running through, it's generating 12 millibuckets of the latex, and it's going into the jumbo tank. And I like having a tank there to hold it. And then the next thing you want to do is make a latex processing unit. And the recipe on that is not all that hard. Another one of those pity machine frames and those bits. So pretty easy to make. I'm powering it by itself. I also have water going in because it's going to take some of the latex and some water and turn that into the dry rubber. And then from there, you can use this, smelt it away and turn it into plastic. And then there's a bazillion different things that Industrial Foregoing uses the plastic for. One of my favorites is 4 of these plastic plus a gas tier makes a mob tool where you can capture and move mobs, passive and aggressive mobs around. That's a fantastic way of moving your critters about. So, and I've got in here a pipe upgrade for my fluid pipe that it only will transfer fluid when the redstone signal is on. That way I can have access to the liquid latex here, and I can turn that latex into the dried rubber because I need some of both. So the next thing, I also went ahead and created a block placer. And do I have, I don't have that listed here. Let's block placer. And this is another Industrial Foregoing thing. I needed the plastic for this. And once I had that plastic, then I put this down and I put 30, I grabbed 32 mangrove logs and I processed 2 of them, and I took the other 30 and put it in the block placer. The first 2 generated enough latex for me to get the dry rubber for me to get the 4 that the block placer needed. And as you can see, I'm 2/3 of the way through. And one of the things that's really nice, if you've made the temporal pouch, this is a time when bumping this up is a really nice thing because it will pump out the latex really fast through this. And it crunches through. You can see the latex going up. Yep. Oh, come on, block bracer, be faster. So that's definitely a good thing. If you've got the time stored up and you want to get it fast, there you go. And this needs a little bit of power. So I took one of the power cables for mechanism, slapped the enter gate on top, and now it's charging all 3 of these. And I could do another 2 cables and charge this one too, but I got plenty of gates, so I didn't care. The after So got the frames, the fluid extractor, the latex processing unit, and makes your dry rubber. You cook that into regular plastic. That then makes the block placer and the dissolution chamber possible. And the dissolution chamber, actually, I could do that. Oh no, I still need the plastic part. That's why I had to wait. But with this, the dissolution chamber, you can upgrade to higher frames. In this case, the simple frame, which you take the pity, plastic, nether bricks, iron, gold gear, and a quarter of a bucket of latex. So I typically have been building these 4 at a time because I can easily grab a bucket out of here and dump it into here and let it work. And I put the instructions of the stuff I needed in here and then locked it. And then I could put the other 3 machines worth of items here in the hopper, and it just automatically fed it into here, and that generates all 4 of them for me because you can only put 1 item in these slots. You can't put a stack of items in here, which is a shame. I wish I could. That would be super nice. Now to upgrade to the advanced machine frame, and if we look at the quests, it does a good job of routing you through here. Then you get the dissolution chamber, and with the dissolution chamber, then you can sit there and make the simple machine frame using the latex. The next tier up is the advanced machine frame, and that one needs pink slime. And you can do everything else with the same dissolution chamber, but you need the pink slime. And fortunately, it tells you that you get that from the mob slaughter factory. And so that's why I have that here. Super easy to make. And the nice thing about that is this is something, if you've got a mob farm, and by the time you're doing this, you should have a mob farm, you definitely can use that there. In fact, let's run over to the mob farm and take a quick gander. Zoop, zoop. Oh, it's raining, and I don't care because the void world is never rainy and it's always noon, and I like that. So I came in here to my mob farm, and I broke the cobble that was here and the mob grinding piece that was on top of that. Quiet blazes. And then I also went and I added some extensions here to my mob fan, added 5 additional ones. You can see how it's pushing. Let's come around here. It's pushing it quite, the blue shows it's pushing it right to this area. And this is below my fan, and it's a 3 tall working area. So by default, that's what you do. It's helpful to come into here because it makes both meat and pink slime. I programmed this and said, off to the right, eject the meat, and off to the left, eject the pink slime, and then let this run. Otherwise, you could fill both these up with liquid meat, which is not so good. This is almost full. That's 816 buckets. That's a lot of liquid meat. I've got 37, getting close to 38 buckets of pink slime here. What do we got? Yeah, these are the bits that I pulled down. I also have an add-on range of tier 5, and not too hard to make. Needs a full bucket of latex and just simple bits. But I can come into here, drop that in. Oh, I also made a speed upgrade. Again, not all that hard to do, but let's drop in this. And that orange zone is much bigger. It encompasses the entire mob farm. So if I wanted to turn the lights off and not just use these 3 blaze spawners, then I could have all the other mobs spawn in here and generate this pink slime faster. And I'm not going to need gobs and gobs and gobs and gobs of the pink slime, so I'm fine with that. In fact, I'm going to take this out because I don't need the range. And let's zip back to the base. So having a mob farm, you can use the mob slaughter unit very easily in there to get yourself the pink slime. And if we look at pink slime real quick, pink slime, we've got the fluid, but there's also the pink slime blocks. I can take a single glass pane with some pink slime, and I can make the pink slime the pink slime itself. And I think for the fluid sieving machine, it can only use pink slime. There's a few other recipes. Some of these recipes, like for example, a sticky piston, any type of slime ball works, including the pink slime. It's just the pink slime super expensive. Oh, material stonework factory. Yes, I wanted to make one of those. Let me record that. Advanced machine frame, plastic, and the pink slime. So that's something well worth having. The nice thing about the material stonework factory is being able to generate sand, cobble, gravel, glass, things of that nature from a single machine. Super handy. I'm not sure if I'll build one, but I might just for fun, just because. Anyway, so we worked our way up to the mob slaughter factory. We made the range add-on. So it's time to make the advanced machine frame, which is just these bits plus pink slime. All right, let's go back to base, where there is no rain. And what time is it? It's new. It's always new. All right, let's go back into here. And the advanced machine frame, not hard to make. I didn't have any netherite scrap, but I did have some of the ancient debris, and I ran that through the enrichment chamber. Nope, I didn't. I ran it through the crusher first. It took the ancient debris, crushed it into these three pieces, so I was tripling my ancient debris. And if I hit U on this, the very next device was the enrichment chamber, and that gave me the scrap. But I've got mystical agriculture. I don't need to go with the ancient debris, but I did need the scrap for that recipe. Anyway, so that got me the pink slime, which certainly works. Actually, I can turn off this. I don't need to lock the input for that anymore. There are some pink slime ingots, so full bucket of pink slime, gold and iron, then that gives you the pink slime ingots. And there's a couple machines that require that and won't use anything else. We look at this, yeah, nothing else. Uh, that liquid meat, you can actually consume that, and you can set up things that will feed you. This is the meat feeder. You can stick that in your head slot, and it will continually feed you when you're hungry. That liquid meat through a syringe. So that's cool. Anyway, the if we take a look at the quest after making the machine frame, the next thing it wants is to get ether gas, and for that, a stasis chamber, because it's explaining you get the ether gas from a wither, and you need to hold the wither in a nice stable location, and that's what the stasis chamber allows you to do. And recipe on that is not all that hard, but it does need the advanced machine frame. And you put that in place, power it, build the wither on top of it, and then on top of that wither, you place the liquid laser base, and then it needs a purple laser lens, and then 4 laser drills north, south, east, west of it. And you power each of the drills, and it will generate gas from that wither. Well, we need 4 laser drills, and fortunately they use the simple machine frame, but lots of plastic. And this mod, you use lots of plastic, and the fluid base needs the advanced machine frame. I was thinking I needed 1 of these and 4 of those, but nope. And I've got a setup over here, which I'm hoping is going to work, because I don't think I've ever done the gas, the ether gas. Maybe once. I've done this laser drill setup for actually mining and gaining resources that way, but I'm not mining. I'm gassing or whatever. These I put a block down in front of the fluid laser base. Actually used these soul sand, and then clicked these drills against it, which was hard for these ones here. I had to be just here to click it and point them in because I was thinking maybe I could use a wrench to wrench those around. No, I couldn't. I want to grab, where did it go? Ah, there it is. I wanted to grab some wither skulls. No, stop moving my pouch. I want to build this and um, cross my fingers that this will actually work because, like I said, I haven't built this. I've got a little bit of this tinted glass from mob grinding utils, which I love, and I think it's formed. This has power down below, and I've got some gas up here. So it is working. It's not working super fast. I may steal the no efficiency. Let's take a look. There are some upgrades I could put here. Let's see. I want industrial. There we go. I can type. I really can. So a speed tier, maybe a second tier would speed that up, and possibly the efficiency. Toss that into there. Maybe efficiency 3. Oh, or processing. That would make it do 3 times as much each cycle. Maybe I'll make all 3 of those and toss those in there, because you can see it just slowly running the process. And you're loud. That's annoying. All right, let's quiet that down. Wither, yeah, ambient. Let's. That's so quiet, so nice. Okay, let's give it a little bit so I can know that he's there still. And it makes me think that if at some point the power goes out, then the stasis chamber won't actually be holding the wither. So building it here in a hyperbox is actually not a bad idea. I kind of like that idea. Uh, Now, the other question I have is, can I speed this up with my tempora pouch? Let's find out. How are you looking? Oh, that's a big nope. It is not going any faster. So I am going to have to sit there and make these add-ons to boost that up. And let's see, looking at the tier 3, that looks like I can use Laytex, so that's not a problem. Processing efficiency, the efficiency again uses Laytex, and the speed ones I already know is using Laytex. So yeah, I'll make those off camera. I think that will work out very nicely. And we still don't have a bucket's worth. And it's going to take a while before I can get a bucket's worth. And that would be to make the Supreme Machine Frame, which there's not a lot of stuff that I'm looking at using for this. Wither Builder, that's not bad, but I can make withers. I'm really not using nether stars very much, so I don't really see the need for that. Some of these generators, well, I don't really see the need for what I'm doing right now for that either. Disillusionment, yeah, I'm not really seeing it as being all that super useful. So uh, I'm gonna have it generate the gas for me because I want to, but I don't think I'll go beyond that. I do have the bits here ready to make that next tier. It's this one here, the Supreme Machine Frame. I got the bits. I'm ready for it. I just don't have the gas. Oh, it only needs 138.5. I could do that. Oh, let's do that. All right. Let's see if I come into here and I just go boink and snag that here. Let's grab a pipe and a wrench. I thought I wouldn't be able to do it, but hey, we've got the fluid right here. Let's do this. And I'm going to pump you there. Grab you. And if I just go push, 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 whoops, no, not the wrench. Yep, there we go. So there's enough gas in here to make the top tier Supreme Machine Frame. That I don't, it'll complete the quest for this mod, but I'm not thinking I'm going to be doing anything with it. Yeah. We've got a little bit of gas left over, so let's take and pump that out. and have this pump in. There we go. So the gas is, yep, it's out of here. Okay, cool. Break that, and put this back up in here. If we look at this, it's got a little bit of gas in there. Do I really need a jumbo tank that holds 1,000 buckets? No, it's definitely not a requirement. But hey, why not? Uh, just glass and a little bit of iron. I do want to make this though. One of the things that I saw was the infinity backpack. I was going, oh, well, let's take a look at this thing. I'll put that away. It pulled a lot of the stuff out of my storage system. And if I right click this, I can store 3 different fluids in here. What does this do? It magnet enabled. I don't need that. Auto item and XP. Interesting. I'm gonna turn that off. Let's disable that for now. And charging, I think that charges items I put in there with the power that's here. And the thing that I'm not sure, let's turn that off. It's holding that much power. The question though is, how can I get more power in there? Let's go up. Oh, wait, I need to use this elevator here. Up, and nope, down one. Because here, can I put this in here to get power? Can I put it there? No. Okay, I'm gonna have to get something. Come down here, one more. This is my player transmitter, and it's given it some power, but I don't see how it can get more power in here. I thought this would all just feed right into here, but evidently it's not. Let's take you off, put you there. Look at this. I'm not sure what's charging. I don't really have anything on me that consumes power. Yeah, I can't think of anything that consumes power. Oh, no, I lied. The wireless grid, that does. That's the only thing that I made this transmitter for. I will have to make something like a charge pad or something. I was assuming if I fed it 4 million FE, that it would upgrade to the next tier. I don't know. I've not played with this before. Let's pull you back out of here. And yeah, it's got some power. I don't need the biofluid. I don't think I need the biofluid fuel for upgrading, because if we take a look at the backpack, I made this one, and this needs 4 million, and then it can hold more, and then this needs more, and then this needs more, and I've got enough to do half of, or a little bit more of this tier, whatever the tier is, legendary, because I've got 2 billion FE kicking around in my system, and I could charge this one up the epic tier very easily. Except it doesn't look like it's taking more power, which makes me kind of scratch my head and go, huh. And I don't see why. If I take a look at the manual, there it is. I read it. I did. Looking at the backpack. Where did I see the backpack? There it is. Infinity backpack. So it can hold up the fluids, magnet mode, pickup, configure for the void, and that's it. There's nothing really here that says how you upgrade them, other than this indication that you put power in it. Well, I will experiment with that and see what I can come up with. I think what I'll probably need to do is make something that I can drop the items. Oh, do I have any the power from mechanism? All of a sudden it just occurred to me, I don't know if I've got any mechanism power cubes hiding anywhere. Let's take a look. Mechanism. I do have a power cube here. because this I should be able to drop stuff into here and say get charged. Nope, it's not getting charged that way. Well, poop. Okay, so yeah, I don't know how to get that unless there's something in industrial foregoing that will charge that up. Oh well, I had that thought and I'll have to look up and see if there's the item there. But other than that, industrial foregoing is fun. There's a ton of stuff in there. I still need to make the Pokeball so that I can capture mobs. Because if I'm going to start playing with bees, which I would like to, because I've ignored it completely, I'm going to need to be able to pick them up easily. And I don't think I have any of the bee cages that are reusable. So Pokeballs, I'll make some of those. Anyway, this has been Grok the DuckFarmer here, playing Factory in the Sky 4 on the FTOG server, having a blast, and completing at least the quests for Industrial Foregoing. But there's so much more I haven't even touched. And thanks for watching. Bye. Whee.